going backwards.
I believe.
Hey!
Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Wayward Gamers to the Emporium. I am Jay, also known as Neofet3 on some of the socials, and Jeff is going celebration time. Welcome to the Legends of the Natural Ones, our Pathfinder 2E remastered actual play. And yes, you can see that correctly. We are in Season 5, Episode 7, as we have Trevor. We've gone through 5 seasons, 5 years of playing. We've had some wonderful special guests in that time frame. And guess what? We've got some here too. And one that might be showing up a little bit later. We've had some interesting storytelling, evil GMing, and collaboration between player and against group dynamics. I'm talking
collaboration. Collaboration is a real gentle and generous word, Jay.
We had Doppelganger Pepper and Real Pepper fight. And the fact that the group came upon this and the full realization that they left Real Pepper when they went to go rescue her and decided to rescue Doppelganger Pepper.
We didn't know.
You know,
Aviro
like
playing,
we chose the wrong one.
Aviro playing Dark Pepper went hard as hell, and I'll say it. It was like when it was like the full on the villain revealing themselves moment. I was just like, it was.
Harry, all of your responses and reactions are so good to go back and watch. I'm just letting you know.
My hat goes off to Aviro because we planned that for a long time, and we had talked about that. And we were like trying to figure some stuff out, and I'm like going, please. And I take it away. And Avril's just such a talented player that she just ran with it. And it was just beautiful. Loved all your reactions. So, but yes, so reminiscing. So tonight is another recap of, there's a lot of shit that went down in Schmaltmarsh, aka Saltmarsh, but we're in Galarian, Pathfinder, so it's Schmaltmarsh. And you were staying at Lito's place to recuperate. There were some reveals also that happened at Rocky's thank you for dispatching the Lich. And we're going to pick up tonight as Pepper's come back with you. That night, she's taken her bath. She's now relaxing. Lito has come up and said, more or less, it's like, Gadoop, you need to get out of my house tonight. Go to the wicked. Go to the wicked sheep.
House and home. Get out.
Go to the wicked sheep. You have rooms there. All the meals and drinks are on me tonight because you made me lots and lots of money.
Because they're kicking us out because of an orgy. Let's be real.
They didn't kick us out for the last one.
And it was his orgy.
That's true. Yes. Once he realizes that we're not down to that scene, he's like, okay, everybody.
I can't have these squares staying with me.
Hey, dork, why don't you go get a room at the bar?
And then Pepper's she's got her own room there, and she's getting the relaxation. So we're gonna pick up as you're leaving Lito's on your way to the wicked sheep.
What time of day? Because it was morning when all of that library Doppelpepper stuff happened.
Doppelpepper.
Goth Pepper. God,
Goth Pepper.
The names,
Pepper.
Hot Topic. The names
pepper.
were just beautiful. That was so much fun. I'm gonna say it's late afternoon dinner time, and you're pretty much kind of relaxing during the day. Which I should ask: was there anything you wanted to do during the day while you were in Schmaltmarsh, besides just kind of sitting around relaxing and at Lito's
so
place?
we're not at Lito's place anymore. We're at
you're on your way to you've just leaving Lito's place. Okay. And you're on your way to the wicked sheep.
Oh, goat, whatever. Yeah.
The wicked sheep, because it's Schmaltmarsh and timey-wimey stuff.
Sheep, goat, it's the same thing. It's
like,
well,
don't let the purple sheep cultists hear you say that.
I imagine it is like that, just kind of like we all got like the 1,000-yard stare after all of the everything, and we're just kind of like walking in silence for a time, and we're just kind of like looking exhausted and worse for wear, and be like, I need a cheeseburger desperately, and a lot of alcohol.
Is Aviro letting Pepper ride on his smoke horse?
Is Pepper with us?
That sounds
I'm gonna
cheeseburger.
say Pepper.
Shut up, Gary.
Shut up.
Pepper's not with you. She
That's
was
what I was-
escorted.
Okay.
Leto escorted her by carriage
Okay.
to
All right.
the.
So the thing is, I didn't want
Yeah.
her walking with us.
No.
Or walking.
She is.
You know.
Leto is taking care of it. She is getting 100% pampered. The massage was set an hour ago, so she left early to go get her massage at the Rusty Dragon, or at the
Oh,
Rusty
wow.
Dragon, at the Wicked Sheep. There, I can tell. So yeah, she's getting full on. She's got her figs. She's got her salad. She's got the cucumbers, water.
Oh.
She is literally getting the hot bath, the hot stone massage. Someone's coming in and doing it in her room.
Making
So-
Gary jealous.
I am very jealous right now. Carrie, the real person, wants that bad. I'm just picturing a little feta cheese with like a little balsamic reduction.
There's a
on some
charcuterie board.
figs, and some walnuts or something. Mm.
But as you're making your way through Schmaltmarsh in the afternoon, like I said, Schmaltmarsh is it's a bustling city. It's the sights and smells hit the three of you. As you realize,
Is Gwen not with us?
well, yeah, Gwen is with you. Yes.
Actually, I was
us.
going to say Gwyn probably went to look for Ren.
Oh, because
Oh,
Ren
that's
broke the
right.
connection.
So she's like searching the town after her
Okay.
legal troubles were resolved.
Yes.
I love Gwyn's,
After-
I love how Gwyn's first thing is like, "Oh my god, are you mad at me?"
So I'm gonna say, Gwen, you left like several hours later, or earlier, I should say, and you've been
Mhm.
searching, and you will find out. I'll send something in chat for you
Oh,
when you-
secret message.
when you arrive, so that you can bring some information to the group when you arrive.
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
But as the group is making your way, something dawns on you as the
Downtown.
smells of Schmaltmarsh hit you. It's been about 1.5 years since you first came to the city.
Oh, wow.
And it's been 1.5 years. It's like, even though the timey-wimey stuff in the middle,
So 2.5 years is what you're telling Aviro.
Mhm.
you're just, the sites you're walking by, you walk past Radix shop as you're making your
Mm.
way. The certain things are the same, but there's one or two things that are different. The Wicked Sheep versus the Wicked Goat. There's a festival of purple going on in town right
Oh,
now.
God.
The church. The other thing you notice is that the church that you went to, the great cathedral and library, the great Church of Mistra, also when you were leaving, had a dedicated church of the purple sheep inside.
Oh my god.
They have
This-
blossomed in Schmaltmarsh.
We need to start having separation of church and cult in frickin' Schmaltmarsh. This
Church
is
and cult.
bullshit.
It is not a cult
bullshit.
anymore. It is a
Yeah.
full-fledged church.
Okay.
And as you are making your way through the town, you make you pass as you're just about getting to the Wicked Sheep. You notice that the elven beggar, dirty clothes, the royalty clothes that he had, the aristocratic clothes, all dirty because he's been here for 100 years, panning for
Hot minute.
and he's still there. I mean, he's the staple beggar on the side, just asking for coins and thanking everyone that's walking by.
Does he have a name?
He does have a name, but most of them
Is it Benny?
It's Rickus. Rickus.
Oh, okay.
It's not,
not
Benny.
Benny.
Yes.
Okay.
Benny.
Not Benny. It's Rickus,
Okay.
the elven beggar.
Rickus.
Prince. You found out he was a prince too.
Oh yeah, right.
But he didn't want to become a prince, so he's still a beggar. But as you walk in through the doors, that wafting smell.
Aviro
the-
puts 10 gold in his
Ooh.
cup.
Oh,
Whoa!
jeez.
Oh, he's like,
Oh!
oh,
Aviro puts 10 gold.
as he looks up at you, it's like, my kin, you're so gracious. You're so lovely. Thank you so much for your kindness. The kin is always there, and he tips his hat.
Mm.
I hope you're able to do better for yourself.
Ah, this will give me a wonderful hot meal.
Mm.
Chastity.
I pull Aviro by the elbow. I'm like, that man could have a hot meal anytime he wanted. All he has to do is go back to his castle and his family.
Yeah.
He doesn't need your charity.
Then that's on him, not on me.
And as you're walking up to the door, coming out of the wicked sheep is a lizard folk, druid, and another lizard folk walking past on, and they just kind of keep going down. Definitely, you've met this person before, Krishar, who is the lizard folk druid at the lizard folk embassy.
Mm.
He doesn't recognize you or make any comments or anything like that. But he seems to have he's got a plate full of bread from the wicked sheep.
Mm.
And that's wafting smell of the cinnamon rolls and the savory it was that savory place was the same.
Mm.
And back in a while in the past, the owner and his wife that made those and have gone, they're still making them at the purple sheep. This could be at the wicked sheep. And as you walk in, the doors open, that wafting smell comes in, and Lancus Kerr, the owner, kind of doing some looks over like, well, yeah. I was wondering when you're going to be coming back through my doors. Well, look at here. It's the natural ones. Is that you, Aviro?
Aviro just nods.
Well,
He doesn't actually say anything.
Well, looky there. Oh, my. It has been ages since I've seen you. Wow. I've heard some stories that you've been running around, causing some havoc and protecting us. Heard you did a little
Aviro has never caused havoc in his life.
Oh, Brynn, you're being funny again. Ah, very good. Hey, take the table in the back. Lito already mentioned that you're on your way, so we've got the food ready. It'll be coming up and the drinks will be fast. So just make yourself at home. We're all good here. It's good to see you. We'll get the waitresses going for you and everything else. And as you're, yes.
Jay.
Yes.
So, do we ever do? I guess it's just been Aviro and Glastoc that, for the most part, have seen the people with the glow around them.
Yes.
I've seen
Well,
no,
glow.
Brynn is true. Brynn is
okay.
Yeah.
Have we stopped seeing that?
In a way, yes, because you haven't encountered anyone with that glow. It
Okay.
seemed that it was only in Sandpoint.
Okay. All right. So that was Sandpoint specific.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Really?
That was a detail that Jim did not realize. So yeah.
And so as you walk in, there's a big mural of painting as you walk in, and you see a tiefling rogue standing there, and then a dwarven cleric with this big shield and symbol of the Church of the Purple Sheep on it. And you see this red-headed druid-looking person sitting back with a hand crossbow and this gorgeous painting. And then you see this dark kind of brooding individual in the back, and you just see at the bottom, Heroes of Saltmarsh. It was painted a long time ago in this. As you make your way over and you get sitting
Quiet,
down.
Jeff. Don't say anything, Jeff.
And you sit down. You're sitting at the same table that you sat in 100 years ago, a year and a half ago, the one that the gum was under.
One that has Brynn carved with a dagger and the
Yep.
top of it.
Yep. And you realize that, like I said, there's a lot of memories that are kind of coming back, and you hear from the lines was, "Oi, you gonna need some large order of beef again, like last time?"
Oh no.
Oh
no.
Oh, that's good to know.
Aviro's given up beef.
Oh, yeah, it was the Aviro. Oh, by the way, you left some damage. Some damage was left in one of the rooms you were staying in last time a while back. If you're gonna be, I'm gonna have to bill you next time if it happens again.
Oh, Aviro will cover that.
Okay, just letting you know. So,
if you're going back to the kitchen, I'd like a cheeseburger.
oh, yep, it'll be on the way. On the way.
With a fried egg on it, and a tall beer, and bacon, and mushrooms as well.
And onions, and horseradish sauce.
And if you could bring vinegar for the fries. Did I mention fries?
Sprinkle cut.
Carrie is dieting, and it's not going well. Oh my God.
I was going to say, God, that sounds like a really good cheeseburger, Carrie.
Oh, God. So yeah, and I'm just sitting there, and I think Brynn is keeping an eye on Aviro. Aviro seems a little down, and
as soon as we walked in, Aviro went to an empty table and sat down and started pulling out papers, and you see him writing things on papers at the empty table. So he's not even at the bar when all this is happening.
Well, they gave us a table in the back, so.
Oh, he immediately went to an open table.
Okay, so like we literally walk in and Aviro sees an open table and goes and
goes
down.
right to it. Yeah,
And
whether or not it's our table.
Glastoc and Brynn are like, okay, and we go into the back to the table that they wanted us to sit at.
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
You might have to fetch him if he's not supposed to be there.
I'm just gonna leave him alone for a little bit.
I would come.
Let him stew in his own.
I would wait for my drink to come, and then once my drink comes, I take a big gulp of it. I'm like, oh, okay, and then I go back out and I sit next to Aviro or across from Aviro, and be like, we have another table.
Oh. I'm sorry. Is this the wrong? I'm sorry. And he starts to gather his things.
Aviro, wait. You're not in trouble. You seem distant. You seem like your mind is elsewhere.
Funny, I can't imagine why that might be, Brynn. But we can certainly move to the proper table. We can. Yes, it's all right. It's all right.
Brynn leans back and puts her feet up on the table and just says, "Sarcasm doesn't suit you, Aviro."
Are you sure?
Yes, that's kind of my thing.
Well, I was trying it. I don't know. Anyway,
what's wrong?
What's wrong? Brynn, I honestly don't even know how to begin with you sometimes. What is wrong? Perhaps into it just for a moment, if you would. I know sarcasm doesn't behoove me, but please, for a moment, what might possibly be wrong? I'm really struggling. I'm sorry if I'm not handling it well. I really, really am, but I don't know what's going on. Consider my previous 24 hours, if you would. I don't know what's happening, and I'm generally someone who goes quite well with knowing what's happening. So my apologies. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be offensive. I don't mean to make you angry at me, but I don't know what the hell is happening right now, pretty much with regards to anything.
I'm not angry with you. Does that feel better?
Yes, actually, quite a bit.
Everything will be fine, Aviro. It might take a while, but everything will be fine.
I know. I was copying her my notes on timed illumination.
And I know that makes you feel better.
Well, she said she wants to help me, which I think is great because I'm actually quite stuck, and I really could use her assistance. How are you?
I'm Getting by, as always.
Yes, but we know your coping mechanisms are not generally very healthy.
No, they are not. But I'm getting by. And sometimes that's all you can do.
Sometimes
And I want
that's
you
all
to
we can-
remember that. You don't have to always keep it together, Aviro. It's okay to feel like chaos is happening to you, and feeling off balance is part of life. It's an uncomfortable part, but it
Yes.
happens.
Fabulous way to spend one's 200th birthday, isn't it?
It's your birthday? Go to the table. Aviro, go to the table. It's in the back. It's right back there. And as soon as Aviro leaves, Brynn goes over to tell the bartender that it is Aviro's birthday and he'd better get a free dessert. And the song, Happy, Happy Birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. I hope that happens.
That literally, Lankus is like, it's his birthday? Holy
It's his 200th birthday.
100th, 100th.
His
Sorry about that. 100th.
It's his
100th.
centennial birthday.
Holy-
It's a big deal for elves.
All right, keep him here. He's
Oh.
not leaving until I've got it. Santa, go get it. Go get it. Oh, this is the Starboard. This is Starboard's birthday? Oh,
Yes.
celebration. Everyone, celebrations tonight. Oh, by the way, Brynn, I forgot to mention something. Yeah, sorry if this is touching a little touchy or something, but by the way, I saw your boyfriend in here with this party the other night. They seemed to be finishing some job. They had plenty of gold where the way they were spending it.
Finishing up with his friends.
Yeah, the Tibbs and his adventuring group.
Yes, I know my boyfriend, his adventuring group.
Yeah, I mean, there was the female sorceress was, a little kind of but yeah, he's got a adventuring group that he's running around with.
How many others were in the group? What did they look like?
I think there was a dwarf, a little shady looking. There was I think another elf or half elf or something like that with him. And then the female that scary looking one. But yeah.
Huh.
I think there was 4 of them.
When did they leave? How long were they here?
Oh, they closed the bar up last night.
Last night. Do you know where they went?
Nope. I think some were drunk. They went drinking somewhere.
Interesting. Well, thank you for the information. I appreciate it.
Yep. Anyways, it's a Starborn birthday.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Haven't had one of these in a while. Okay. Yep. Oh, by the way, Sam.
The front doors of the bar burst open inwards.
Here it comes.
Timon comes flying tumbling in with Cinnamon just like
Oh my god. Oh my god.
right behind him. He does an acrobatics roll and comes up bow drawn. And he's like,
Temmin! God!
what happened to Peppa? Hey, Peppa! Peppa's dead. What happened? Are you guys going to attack? What's going on?
Temmin!
And he's just like scanning the room looking for an enemy.
Temmin!
Whoa, weapons away, man. Weapons away.
You're not allowed to have a bow out in here. You're gonna get us
I love
arrested.
you,
What
Bill.
are you doing?
That is awesome.
It's like the link with Peppa got severed. She's
Ren.
dead.
Yes.
And Ren. Dead.
No,
It's
no,
that,
no,
it's
no,
that
no,
Rocky, that son of a bitch.
Wait.
As soon as the
I go
thing
up and
was
I
over,
slap Temmin in the face.
Jay, for a clarification,
Yes.
so the connection to Pepper got severed because she was killed.
Yes, and you felt that
Right.
she was killed.
Right.
Ren's
Whereas Ren's
Ren
was
just severed.
just
manually
severed.
se-
It was
Okay.
severed. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't know that
But
she was
Temmin
not
doesn't
dead.
know.
Okay.
It was
Right.
severed.
Yeah, but yeah.
So, but
It's like,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
no, but Peppa's died. Peppa's what do you what?
Temmin, slow down. Snap out of it. Our Pepper is not dead. The one that we made the bond with turned out to be a doppelganger. A very convincing one. And
So-
yes, the doppelganger is dead.
So 2 peppers.
Yes. Yes. And Ren, I think, feeling that we killed Pepper, probably severed the tie with the rest of us. She probably thinks we did it. And that's where Gwyn is now. She's off finding Ren. Try to explain things. I hope she's able to explain things.
That brings up a good point. How would Ren know we were the ones who killed Pepper?
I didn't.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
thought maybe
But
she would assume.
It does bring up that point.
And Temin will ease back off of the bow, and he'll put the arrow back.
Glastoc's in the back corner going, Temin! And there's food and drinks and just...
Right.
Temin, let's go have a drink.
He's a little confused. And he walks back towards Glastoc, and he's kind of rubbing his face where
I'm sorry
Brynn
I struck
smacked
you.
him. It's like no,
that's okay.
All right. It's
No
okay.
hysterical.
Yeah.
I just needed to snap you out of it. It's what I've always seen in the plays.
Yeah. Glastoc. What the hell was there was like some kind of like dark evil Susie Sue version of Pepper. Like I don't understand.
Right, yeah. So here, have something to eat, have a drink. He calls the waitress over and
it's coming up.
Yeah. And Glastoc launches into a more detailed explanation of what happened as opposed to what Brynn said. So, there was Dark Pepper showed up and we weren't sure what was going on, but then we figured out that Dark Pepper was our Pepper, and
she was wearing way too much eye makeup. Not a good smoky eye for like every day.
And she was pissed off that we abandoned her, and she ends up killing the fake Pepper, which turned out to be a doppelganger. But then, we had this big heart-to-heart, and we got Pepper to calm down, and she's upstairs taking a bath and resting, and she's very much alive, but she's very traumatized because we basically abandoned her in this, prison cell, whatever it was, and so yeah.
Okay, but she's all right. Everything's all right.
Oh yeah. Well,
and
yeah. I mean, she's okay. She's not 100% yet.
She's unhurt, but
she's
healing. Not okay.
She's more her emotionally. She's more upset at the fact that we as a group, and I'm leaving Aviro out of this specifically, we as a group didn't realize that we had a fake Pepper with us.
Oh. But you left Aviro out because Aviro knew.
And I
no.
I take
when I say
Temin,
I leave,
I kick Temin under the table.
Yeah, I don't.
I kick Temin under the table. I'm like,
yeah. I didn't want it to make it obvious that she was more upset that Aviro didn't know. It was more of that we as a group didn't know.
All right. Yeah.
But Aviro didn't know.
So nobody knew that this was like smoky eyeliner Pepper.
No.
As opposed to like Pepper
no,
Light.
Temin, we didn't know. We couldn't tell. It was very confusing.
Yeah.
I am confused, and I'm just hearing about it right now.
Yeah, well, you should have been there. And then when the doppelganger was killed, because the doppelganger was linked to everybody, somehow Ren, or I shouldn't say somehow, when Ren sensed that, she severed her link, as far as we can tell, severed her link by her choice. So that's where Gwyn is now. Gwyn is trying to find Ren to explain the situation as to what's going on. So it's very confusing. It's been a very hard 24 hours for all of us involved. Very emotional, more so for some of us than others. But we do have one thing that we can celebrate. Besides the fact that we are all alive.
Lich. Death of the Lich.
Yeah, that's yes, we can celebrate that too, my friend. But
Liches get ditches. That's what I always said.
Today is Aviro's birthday, and we're going to celebrate that also.
Wait, it's his birthday?
Yes.
It's his centennial. It's a big one.
That is a big one. When you get to triple digis, that's a big one.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What are we
Triple
doing?
big
Did you
hero.
hire a did you hire a bod, like musicians and stuff, or did you is
No,
that a
no, no.
cake?
Just keeping it low key.
We're gonna keep it a little more low key. But
I
yes,
look at
there's gonna
Glastoc
be
across
cake.
the table and I give him a wink.
Yes, there will
So
be cake.
subtle.
At that point, Gwyn is gonna kick open the door of the tavern.
And break it.
Likely.
Christ. Oh my
Oh.
god.
She is raging, so like
Oh,
full on
no.
banshee
Oh,
mode
Jesus.
with the
Oh,
glowing
no.
eyes, tattoos, the hair whipping around, one wing out, the other one's not there.
Jesus.
Sword still on her back, piece of paper
Can
clutched
anyone
in one
enter this
hand,
bar in a normal fashion?
and a bottle clutched in the other. It's very obvious she's been crying as she looks around the room and just shouts, "Aviro! Where is he?"
What? Brynn stands up and puts her hand on Aviro and be like, Gwyn, what's wrong?
She sees Aviro and is just going to make a beeline, like knocking tables over as she goes right to him.
I step forward and I say, what do you want?
I want him to send a message.
And I put my hand on Gwyn's shoulder and I'm like, breathe. What message do you want to send? And I kind of like look at Aviro and I'm like, kind of with my Brynn is scared. And you don't see this look on Brynn's face very often. And you kind of this look says, stay well back, bud.
I want
What
him
message?
to send a message to Rocky.
And I look at Aviro and look back at Gwyn. And
I want him to send a message that there'll be no more peace. The next time I see him, or any of his minions, they die slowly. They die painfully. Because it's what they deserve. No more collaboration. She's gonna shove the note against you, Brynn. And then just kind of fall back into a seat, probably breaking it and just right onto the floor.
I look at the note.
It's an official, like a quick that Bren's body was found dead. With a blue M painted on the clothing. It appears that she had been dead for several months.
Brynn would put the note on the table. She would take her ale and she would leave. She would leave. Like walk out of the dragon. She doesn't really, or what the fucking
sheep.
Whatever the sheep.
Wicked sheep.
Whatever the fuck we're in. She doesn't really know where she's going. She just needs to be away from here. And as she leaves, she does put one last like reassuring hand on Gwyn's shoulder and like gives her a squeeze, and then walks out.
Temmin leans over to Glastoc while he picks up a tankard and says, "Yeah, I noticed she didn't slap Gwyn," and goes over and hands Gwyn a tankard and goes, "Hey, I'm with you. You want some help on this? I'm your gnome."
And I'm gonna reach out and like grab the side of your head and just feel like, we're going to kill them all. And look up at Aviro.
That sounds good to me.
Send the fucking message.
And Aviro looks at Glastoc like, do I have permission to do this?
Glastoc puts his hand on Aviro and says, hold on a second. And Glastoc wants to read this note, official document, whatever it is. So what exactly is this, Jay? Is this like a coroner's report kind of thing?
More or less, yeah. It's a kind of a coroner's report. It's an official militia, Schmaltmarsh militia that that Ren's body was found this morning
This morning. Okay.
And that her body seems to have been dead for some months now.
Okay. So that's the key thing.
Dead for some months.
Dead. If she's been dead for some months, why did we not get a feeling like the one we had when Pepper died?
Aviro?
Because that wasn't.
That was another
That was
doppelganger.
not
another
the
doppelganger.
Ren that we bonded with.
Did
A
I just
doppelren.
say I was done with fucking doppelgangers? Fucking done, dude. Next time you're gonna tell us.
Glastoc's reading this, but he's reading it in such a way that he's like talking to Aviro.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aviro is going to be the most non-emotional person towards this whole
thing.
And
Aviro, you put 3 to 3 and 4 together, and yeah, basically
because when we rescued Pepper and Ren, neither of them were Pepper and Ren.
Okay. All right. So in other words, we've never been with the real Ren this entire time.
No. That is correct.
I'm sure. I don't know.
I mean, that's just a general.
Yeah. Because when you went to the house, Ren had already left, and when Ren and Gwyn left the manor to separate, and the blue M's were on their trail, Gwyn got away.
Because we only really knew about Ren because Pepper was looking for Ren.
Yes, and Pepper got a message and went to Schmaltbar or to Sandpoint looking for Ren because Ren had been kidnapped. And so they thought, and then Pepper got kidnapped. And then you went to the Thistletop and saw both of them in prison, thinking that they had both been. But yeah.
Okay.
And I should clarify, the information is that she is actually that the body was found in Schmaltmarsh.
Like within the town's limits?
Like it was found this morning in her apartment type situation. So whoever the doppelganger Ren, probably with the help of the blue M's, have been keeping her in her apartment this entire time. And with the stabilization, like the spell that keeps the corpses fresh.
Gentle repose?
Gentle repose.
Yes, gentle repose. So gentle repose was casted on a regular basis.
Ooh, a regular basis? They came back and did it many times?
Because it was months.
Oh. Motherfucker.
Because
Norman
doppelganger
Bates vibes here.
Doppelganger Ren was doing a whole bunch of stuff in town.
We need to let Pepper know. At this point, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that she's calmed down enough that she's not raging anymore. So no more glow. The wing has evaporated into feathers.
Can I send this message, Glastoc?
And so Glastoc leans over to Aviro and says, send a message, but
Dear Rocky, Gwyn has formally rescinded all previous hereunto for alliances, truces, and or ceasefires as will be remit by contract A/XXLY.
I think he only can send 25 words, so
you are well past that.
Yep.
It's a 5-page message.
It just gets sent off.
He sends multiple.
Yep.
See page 2, see page 3, see page 4, see page 10, see page 11.
There's just a little arrow that says over.
And it's gonna be, I will say this, you're gonna get a response, but not for a while. So
well, yeah,
response is not expected.
read all that.
Yeah.
Send it to the lawyers. Make sure. That
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have any libel or none of that.
So.
And then Aviro goes.
But to answer your question, Gwyn, yes, Pepper is here. She's upstairs. She's resting. We'll tell her soon.
My cup is empty. And she's gonna push herself up, go over to the bar, walk right behind it, and just start pouring another one.
Just ignore the bartender.
She's gonna give him like actually no, she'll use the intimidating glare feature if he so much as approaches her.
Oh,
He's just like,
we terrorize this city. Like we
Yeah.
are the bad guys.
there's drinks, and he mumbling the Lito's paying through the nose. Oh, yep, Lito's paying for that.
Hey, Glastoc leans over to Tim and, hey, can you go track down Brynn and make sure she doesn't do something stupid?
You're muted.
Sure. Do you have any idea?
I mean,
I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll just keep an eye. I'm not going to get too close because I don't want to get slapped again.
No, yeah. Listen. Trust me. I've been there, buddy. But I think one of us needs to keep an eye on her, and you're probably better at that than I am. Meaning that Timon can hide in the shadows and keep an eye on Brynn. So,
all right.
I'll deal with these two.
Keep an eye on Cinnamon.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Meanwhile, Glastoc been like
she's not as quiet in the streets.
like pork ribs under the bed, under the table.
Mm-hmm.
And
with
Timon's
that,
gonna try to track Brynn.
Okay,
he's gonna take off and try to track Brynn.
And as you start leaving, you leave through the doors. The camera pans to Pepper as she starts walking down the hallway. And we're going to take a quick break because someone's waiting in the shadows to join us.
I wonder.
Yeah. One moment, literally 1 moment. We will be right back.
Let's go.
Numbers.
Those were out of order.
We're definitely out of order. We're back, and we have April's here. Pepper's coming down.
Pepper's back.
Pepper's back.
Goodness.
The real Pepper, not Dot Pepper. Goth
It was
Pepper.
fun.
So
playing
you
Dot
say.
Pepper,
Who the
though.
fuck knows?
Yeah. So yeah, we pick up as a camera sees Pepper walking down the stairs, and please,
What is Pepper wearing?
describe what's the scene as you're walking to the back area where these their table is.
Is she walking or is she flying?
Oh, that's a good point. She's
No, I'm walking. I'm not even putting that energy there. Hey y'all. Excited to be here.
what was in your hands?
Yeah, so Pepper is kind of sauntering down the stairs. In her hand, you see an empty bottle, which was supposed to be wine that was sent up earlier. She kind of scans the area. What do I see, Jay?
You see at the table, you see Glastoc, you see Aviro, you see Timon, and you see a very sad and drunk, somewhat been crying at one point, Gwyn.
Aw, okay. Pepper has the empty bottle, wearing very much just kind of like whatever robe that was provided because she demanded it.
It was a very nice robe. It's a very nice robe.
Good. I need it. Has all the thread count needed.
Yep, and little rabbit fur on the wrist and on the collar.
Ooh. Oh yes. Can it be beige?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, awesome. And then little like footies that have come with as a set together.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you see kind of Pepper just kind of walking down. Still her face is and demeanor is a little bit more somber, but you can kind of tell that she doesn't look as gaunt thanks to Glastoc from last game. But also at the same time looking a little bit more relaxed, but still, eyes kind of half lidded and kind of but you do get a nice whiff of lavender and lemon verbena, as that is part of her essential oils that she has requested. So Pepper walks over to you all. Bottle's empty. Is there anyone at the bar? I don't think so. Right?
Oh yeah, there's a bartender.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay. You see Pepper just kind of saunter over and just say, "I need another one of these."
Ah, yes. Definitely. Yep. Up, and she kind of grabs one, takes a moment or two, and you also remember that behind the bar there's the books, the blue book, the green book, and everything is still there behind the bar as he's kind of pops the cork on this. How many glasses, dearie?
Just the bottle.
Oh. Yes, of course, milady. And just kind of gently places it in front of you.
I'll just take it I'll exchange it with the empty bottle and just kind of take it with two hands and kind of walk over to the table.
Okay.
Hi.
I want to know what Aviro is doing as she's walking up to the bar wearing nothing but a bathrobe.
Aviro is
I am drowning in the bathroom. I just want to say
No,
that.
but it doesn't matter. It's
She looks like a chinchilla right now.
Pretty much. Yeah, yes, exactly. Exactly.
So Aviro has been at the opposite end from where all the food is stacked. He's got his papers all spread out, and he's been writing, and his mage hand is copying, and so he's going, and he doesn't really know she's there until he gets a whiff, and he looks up, and she's this is empty. And so he stops writing. And he looks around, and you're all looking at Pepper. And he gathers his notes, and he frantically organizes them, and he straightens his robe. And so when she comes in, yeah, he'll just kind of wave. I think that's what he would do. He would just wave.
Glastoc pushes
Yeah,
a drink
yeah.
in front of Aviro.
Glastoc, what is this? What? Oh, it smells awful.
Like, just drink it, trust me.
Pepper, super glad you're not dead. I gotta go do a thing. I'll be back. And he looks at Glastoc and like double thumbs up. And then he's like, and Aviro, if you start the cake without me, happy birthday. And then he's out the door.
What? Tevin just bounced? What?
Pepper, why don't you sit down? We gotta catch you up on some stuff.
It's your
Okay.
birthday?
No.
No,
No,
Aviro.
it's Aviro's birthday.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
You see Pepper just kind of
Fuck.
taking the place where Tevin was sitting. He goes, rude, didn't even spend too much time with us. And then starts to sip a little bit.
So
Pepper, I have something for you.
Oh.
These are my notes that you requested on timed illumination. I have it all spread out and organized. I started by chapter, going chronologically as to iterations and versions that way, but then I thought, no, the proper way to organize this would instead be application for instance of use rather than chronological, and I thought you would prefer that more. It just seemed the right way. So there you are. There's all my notes. I'm really stuck on the release mechanism, and if you have any, I would love your insight and your expertise, and if you could think of any way to reduce the Thurman coefficient just by 0.4, 0.5, I would be thrilled.
You see Pepper just kind of nodding along and just going, these are great notes. I will reduce. And then just kind of grabs the stack and just kind of shoves it into the pocket of...
When you get time, it certainly does not have to be today, by all means. I just wanted to get you your copy. And you will see him tuck his notebook away, and you will see that there is a piece of mistletoe that is flattened in the middle of the notebook. And you see him tuck that away.
I will clock that. Pepper says, "Yeah, I have to put it on the other stack. Right now, this is priority." And then she sips from the bottle.
That's
a big hit
perfectly
off the bottle.
understandable. Did you enjoy your personal massager?
Incredible.
Didn't Lido provide you with a personal massager?
It's...
I would think you probably, as royalty, you would have several personal massagers, just sort of whenever you wanted.
Pepper just kind of looks around the room and just kind of clocks what people's expression. What am I seeing?
Glastoc is just waiting for Aviro to stop fumbling over himself so that he can talk to Pepper about what's going on.
Gwyn is kind of like got her eyes narrowed as she's looking at Pepper suspiciously.
Come on. What's Brynn doing?
Brynn went outside, so she's not
How dare. Okay.
So Pepper,
Yeah.
we're gonna catch you up on a little bit. What's going on? You're feeling better, I hope.
No,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
my
Well,
time goes forward.
yeah. Well, we've got some bad news.
Oh, fun! And then
and
she
I-
drinks more,
Okay.
a little bit more from the bottle.
Yeah. And I don't know a simple way to say this, so I'm just going to say it because that's the way I do things. Gwyn found out, and at this time, Glastock's going to push the piece of paper forward so that if Pepper wants to read it, she can. That Brynn has been dead for a couple of months. And we just found out. Well, let me be more specific. Gwyn just found out, hence the reason why Gwyn is in not her best condition right now. Today is also Aviro's birthday, so we wanted to
Jesus
try to
Christ.
celebrate this, but there's just been one thing after another that we're finding on. So when we found out about Brynn walked outside to gather her thoughts because that's what Brynn does. I asked Timon to go keep an eye on Brynn to make sure that she doesn't get into more trouble than she normally would, because trust me, she can get into a lot of trouble when she's feeling in a good mood. So, uh, so that's the short version of everything that's going on. And I'm sorry that we have to tell you this right now, but it's best to just pull the Band-Aid off and get everything out in the open. So if you need anything, let us know. We'll take care of it. Gwyn, I'm sorry about your friend. If you need anything, let me know. We'll make sure it gets done.
Was she alive when you got free?
See Pepper just in more shock, uh, in addition to her current state, and it just kind of looks down and is kind of nodding, and you can tell she's processing the information one after the other while sorting through her feelings, and all of that fun stuff. But she looks up and eyes Gwyn and says, "I'm sorry about our friend."
Me too.
At this point, I don't really know what to believe. She seemed alive.
The Pepper before she, so when Pepper came to Sandpoint looking for Ren because she had disappeared at the same time that Gwyn had disappeared, and Pepper had never found Gwyn. So even though she was captured, kidnapped, and brought to Thistletop, she never saw never saw Ren at Thistletop. So she's still under the impression that she was kidnapped or captured or was hiding. So yeah, it was.
Where's Gwyn sitting?
On the floor.
No, yeah.
On a broken chair.
She
Barely-
went back to the broken chair, yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
cool.
what's left of a chair?
Okay, cool. Pepper will just kind of saunter over to where Gwyn is sitting and just sit down and hand the bottle over and just kind of lean,
Hands it back.
and then Pepper takes it and then drinks and then says, "Hopefully we can give a proper burial."
I think
Yeah.
she would want one at sea.
Pepper looks around. Should we get Timon And Brynn,
That's a great time for the camera to pan to Temmin and Brynn.
Yeah.
And we pick up as we see Brynn at another very seedy bar.
Yeah, I
Tavern.
knew that's where she would end up.
It is probably the urchin, the sea urchin one, and she, like I said, and you see Timon standing at the doorway, just kind of saltering in, and Brynn sitting there drinking as there are 3 individuals passed out on the floor as guys are kind of dragging them out with broken chairs and a broken table. It was very clear that there was a barroom brawl and Brynn kicked some ass. And 3 of them are being dragged out unconscious. And that's kind of where we pick up.
Temmin doesn't want to alert Brynn to his presence. He's going to just try to find that classic in the corner of the tavern, tropey, dark, shadowy area.
The Aragorn shot.
Yes,
yeah, the Aragorn shot, and be back there. Basically, like he's in. His goal is to be an unknowing support Overwatch to make sure that Brynn's going to run Brynn's course, but Temmin's just there to make sure that things don't get past a certain point.
So Temmin, I think what you see, Brynn sits there for a while, and you notice that like whenever she has a couple drinks while you're sitting there. Whenever she goes to like put her money down, you see that her knuckles look like bruised, and like it's very, very clear what's happened here. You also notice that she has like it looks like a couple like ice cubes in like a cloth, and she's just like sort of holding that on her head as she sits there. And then after probably like an hour, she would eventually like leave a couple of gold pieces on the bar and leave the cloth with what is now probably just like water. It's just a wet cloth at this point. And then she would leave this bar too. And go. She's probably, let's see, Schmaltmarsh it's on a body of water, right?
Yep. So it's the sea. It's the city, this large city of Schmaltmarsh. It's right on the sea coast. There's a huge dock that you've been to many, many times.
She would.
There's the bridge too. That bridge where you went underneath too.
I take it back. I would go to the bridge, and I would just kind of like, Brynn would just sort of be like hanging out, kind of just like, she's not doing anything. She's not like looking for anybody or doing anything. She just sort of like looks lost, and she's kind of drifting off into nowhere. And she's just, when you see her, if she goes to the bridge, I assume you follow.
Oh yeah, Temmin follows.
She would sit like on the edge of the bridge and just sort of like sit and is kind of watching the water. It just doesn't look like she's doing anything. You see once in a while she like reaches up and like wipes her eyes.
Is there anyone else around, Jay? Or is this like
it's
late enough?
It's late. It's still relatively early. It's starting to get dark. The sun is starting to set. Actually, it's already set. It's been an hour or two, so I would say it's just starting to set. And it's a beautiful spot to be able to see the sun go down over where the bridge is and being able to see it out. And there's a few people here and there walking. Their shops are getting closed up. Some people are walking all dressed up to go to a party.
Temmin's going to quietly, but not stealthily, not to surprise Brynn. but is going to come up and kind of lean backwards against the bridge because he's little. So, like on the railing. And he just holds up his flask.
Mm. Hello, Temin.
Hey, Brynn. Glastoc was worried, so I just because he cares about you. They all care about you. So but you look like maybe
I take the flask when he says they all care about you. I'm like, not so sure about Gwyn. And she like takes the cork out of it and takes a sip, and then a second later takes another sip and hands it back to you.
and he's like shakes it a little bit. There's like almost nothing left in it.
Correctamundo. They were big sips.
Yeah. And he just kind of smells it and just like, you should just keep it. I think probably for the best for now. I mean, look, I know we haven't, adventured that much together, but I know Glastoc pretty well. I know his family. I know his uncle, and I mean Aviro. He's a kid, but he means well. And no, Temin's older than Aviro.
Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah, a kid. Yeah,
old.
yeah. And like I don't really know Gwyn. I know Pepper a little bit, but look, I mean, these are the people that got your back. These are the people that have thrown in with you. And I made a choice. I could have just stayed in the shadows and just watched, but it seemed like maybe it was better if you had an ear, if you want. Or at least a drink, because I find that always helps me.
Temin, thank you. I think you're right. I think my companions are very good people. And I'm starting to think that I'm not so sure that I am. Because I still, even though he's a monster, and he's killed people close to us, and I know how you feel about him. If Rocky was standing right here in front of me right now, I know I would still have a hard time doing it, And that's wrong. That's so wrong. It should be easy. He's hurt so many. But I know it wouldn't be. And I think that says a lot about me. And I take the cork off and she finishes it and she does hand you back the actual vessel.
He tucks it in his belt. He says, look, yeah, you know how I feel about it. And look, I wouldn't have any problem at all. And maybe that says something about me. But you're a person that cares deeply about living
Villains.
creatures. I mean, I've seen how you treat Cinnamon. Right? I've seen how you treat everybody here. I'm not surprised you find it hard. Killing isn't easy.
It's not just about taking a life, Temin. It's that I care for him. And that is very, very wrong. And I can't stop.
Well, look, Brynn, I can't say that I do, and you know why. But I think that in the moment, you would make the decision that is the right decision for you. And it is no one's place to say whether that is right or wrong or good or bad, as long as you are being true to you. Now,
And I think
it's not
yeah,
the
go ahead.
decision I would probably make.
Hmm.
And I can tell you it's not the decision that Gwyn would probably make.
Or
But
Glastoc, or Aviro, or Pepper.
so maybe it's best that you and Glastoc and Aviro are focused on other things, and Gwyn and I, Peppa can continue to at least keep an eye on Rocky. If I thought there was a way to make him stop and make him pay for what he's done, and he didn't have to die, I might be open to the discussion. But he just hasn't shown that level of, I don't know, compassion.
I know. He hasn't.
But that's the difference between you and him, is you have compassion. That's what makes you special, Brynn. And I'll tell you what, when push comes to shove and all the things are on the table, world's probably better off with you in it than me.
What does that mean?
I am an angry little gnome what is fueled by rage and revenge. That's what it means. I mean, look, hell, if I manage to catch Rocky, there's two things I've learned. One, I am nowhere near strong enough to do the things that I think that I need to do. I learned that the hard way, the brutal way in that street fight. I mean, he laughed at me. I couldn't do a thing to him. And the other thing is that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I manage to actually accomplish this goal I've set in front of myself, it'd be like a dog in the street catching a cart. I mean, it got it, but then what the hell does it do with it? Like, I don't even know. And then what am I at the end of all of it? Look,
Simon, you are a good person. That's what you have at the end of it. You'll find something to do that helps the world.
but see, that's the thing. I think the thing that helps the world is getting rid of a big evil. And maybe I do it and maybe I don't. But then when that's done, I'm a funny, weird talking little guy that lives in the swamp with a bear. Right? You're Bryn Broadriver. You're like a legend. People look up to you. And you got friends that would lay down their lives for you. So hold on to that.
Is Timon sitting on the bridge, or is he like
He's
standing?
he's like leaning back against it while she's sitting up, so he's able to look up at her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Brynn would like stand up kind of rather suddenly and sort of like brush herself off, and you see like super quickly she looks away from you as though she's like looking over her shoulder, but you realize pretty quickly she like reaches up and brushes a tear probably, but you can't tell, you can't see it. And she would just like put her hands on her hips and she's like, "You're right. Enough is enough. We have to kill him." And that's it. That's all I got.
So let's go have some cake. Because cake is the other thing that makes everything good. is booze and cake. And if you have a cake that is made with booze,
For the record, you are funnier than you give yourself credit for, Temmin.
and he'll walk with Brynn, hopefully back
Mhm.
towards the sheep.
Oh yeah.
As you're making your way back to the wicked sheep, you get to the door, and as the doors lock as it kind of pieces and just kind of opens up, just like it moves on its own.
Aviro
You
has
f-
come over and cast mend.
Oh,
On the
okay.
lock.
Okay. So the door is
Amazing.
actually
The door.
nice. Yeah.
Aviro has
The
come
door's
over. He
working.
has noticed the second time. For God's sake, and he walks over.
So as you get back, the door's all fixed. It's like, okay.
It's the least I can do for this poor owner.
And just as you come in, they're coming with the cakes. There's like 2 cakes with also this big platter of ice cream, and there's a rum cake, like tiramisu and booze cake, and then there's this two-tiered birthday cake that's got writing on it that says "Happy Birthday, Centennial Aviro Starborn." And then
Is it confetti cake?
No, it's not confetti.
No, it's funfetti.
But it's got these sparklers coming out of it at the top too, and they're coming in. It's like, good timing. Come already. And as you start making, there's like 4 or 5 people.
Fucking yes, dude. Yes.
It is a bard group party that is coming in. It's full of bards, and all you hear is dun 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 dun.
Happy birthday from
Right.
Applebee's to you. We wish you.
And literally the bards are going and singing, right? And they start surrounding everyone, and they're like, happy birthday, and they're doing the whole, and then one of them gets at the end, and many more.
Amazing.
Aviro is smiling, but it's not at his eyes.
I think this is a little overstimulating for Aviro as well. There's a lot going on here. There's a flaming something on the table. Like,
Yeah,
it's
like-
a lot.
Like he is going through the motions, but you can tell his heart's not in this. He's doing it because he feels that social pressure is expecting him to be going along. Like, yay!
Bubba's.
Thank you. That's very kind. Do I have to blow the sparklers out? I can't.
No, they eventually go down, but there is 1 or 2 candles.
Thank you. You're released. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Oh, one more time!
No.
And then they go into the birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Dun, 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 dun.
bard
Happy
is so good.
birthday to
To you. These guys are so good.
Happy birthday to, what's his name?
Aviro! It's Aviro!
Starborn.
There we go.
And one of them gets into a musical rip session for like a minute and a half.
Oh my god.
And then comes back, and they're looking at him, and they come back and like, happy birthday to you.
And Aviro immediately starts clapping right like right before he hits the last note. He just immediately starts clapping. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You're very skilled and very talented. And I'm sure others in the tavern would really appreciate your serenades. Thank you.
Temmin looks at Glastoc and at Pepper and winks, and then flips a gold coin and goes at the bards.
You cut out for a second. What was that?
So Temmin looks at Glastoc and at Pepper, and it winks at both of them, and then he flips a gold coin at the bards and he yells out, "One more time!"
Yeah! Dun, 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 dun. And they go into another rendition of praise
Today
the
is your
man.
birthday. Da-da-da.
Yes, that one. Yep. They're really
Maria-
jamming to it. Yep.
The mariachi
Da-da-da.
edition.
Yes.
Yes, dude.
And then
They're
after
awesome.
that, they finally take off and they go out of the room. And yeah, they leave all of you in there
Oh,
as more drinks come in.
well, does anyone want cake?
Vero,
Oh,
Don't all
do
ask
you
at once.
want
I guess I'll
cake?
cut myself a slice.
Well, that's Glastoc. Glastoc reaches over and says, "Aviro, do you actually want cake?" Is realizing that Aviro's not into it.
Well, I mean, it's here. I would take some of that ice cream as well. And he holds his
Okay.
plate of it.
There's
Oh,
my
yeah.
boy.
Oh yeah.
It's quite good. It's chocolate peptide cake with mint frosting.
That's amazing.
So yeah, as you are enjoying some cake, everyone is there. Sombird, at what would you like?
So how are
go
we
for it.
arranged at the table? right
Yeah,
now?
yeah. How are we doing this? All right.
Other than the fact that we know that Gwyn is like at the end of the table in
Ooh,
a smash chair.
and I'm on the floor beside, leaning against Gwyn, sharing
Okay.
my bottle.
Okay, so the two of you are down at the end. Okay.
I think we've probably proceeded to like the second or third bottle at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, we're lining them up then.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a shot of the two of you? Gwyn is holding the bottle, but there's two straws coming out, and you're both like,
We're more
Amazing.
of like, it's your turn, it's my turn, it's your turn, it's my turn.
So I picture like Timon and Glastoc sitting on one side of the table, Brynn and Aviro on the other side of the table, and then Pepper and Gwyn at the end of the table.
on the floor.
Well, on the floor. Okay. So do you guys want to actually sit down on a chair as
I'm
opposed to
sitting
the
on a
floor?
chair.
Okay, Pepper, do you want to sit in a chair instead of sitting on the floor?
Pepper looks up at you and then like looks over to Gwyn and then raises her eyebrow and says, "Can I be selfish in what I really want to do?
Yes, please be selfish.
With Ren, we had a tradition where we would drink by the water, pour one out, as it were.
That sounds fantastic. And Glastoc will grab a couple of bottles and
Oh, only
throw-
two?
well,
Oh my god.
Gwyn will get up, go back behind the bar, and just grab a keg.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
and just kind of like, all right, everybody, let's follow the two of them and see where they go, and
The Bureau
Uh,
gathers all of his papers and
papers
things.
and stuff. Yes.
so
When we get up from the table, I'm going to try to surreptitiously, because I've seen this happen enough times. I'm gonna as Temin gets up and kind of like shoulders over next to Glastoc, he's gonna like side push Glastoc's Stein over at Brynn.
And Glastoc doesn't even stop you. It's like it's
Yep.
it's like it was going to be more of, here, Brynn, why don't you hold this? And
Yeah.
Brynn is slowing down, but she continues to drink.
okay.
So Pepper, with the keg that Gwyn is holding, she will grab her two bottles and just say, I'm sorry, Aviro, happy birthday, but there's so many things going on. I just need to. I don't want to say get this one out of my mind, but honor this one.
By all means, would you like company?
If you all would like to carry 2 bottles each or a keg each, feel free to do so.
Are we allowed to carry less than that?
Nope. We're honoring Red.
All right.
Glastoc goes, here, Aviro, carry these. And he hands 2 empty bottles to Aviro and kind of winks at him and goes, okay, let's go.
I think this is against the spirit of the occasion, Glastoc, now really. And
Yeah.
grabs 2 full ones. They're just cider.
Okay, all right, yeah. I was just gonna say,
I
so
grabbed
he
2
doesn't have
bottles
to
of
carry
something.
alcohol. Yeah.
So, quick question: as Gwen is carrying this big keg on her shoulders, is Pepper sitting on top of the keg with her 2 bottles?
Pepper can.
I mean, I'm just picture, Gwen's just can carry all of it, but she's just kind of sitting on top of this keg as the rest of you are trailing behind her.
Well,
No.
I mean, Pepper can balance it out. One shoulder's keg, other shoulder's Pepper, depending if Gwyn is cool with that.
By all
Absolutely.
means, by all means.
Excellent.
Yes.
I'm not as heavy as the keg, but so I can't balance it out, but it's all good.
So the question is, you are very close to the wall that goes out to one of the ledges, or the ledge to the sea. So if you kind of go east, which is up, there's one of the gates there that you can go to the main road that goes off to Seaton and to the haunted house and stuff like that. But or you can go down into the main city and go to the docks area, or you could traverse the entire city and go to the island.
I mean, would rather go to docks.
Okay.
Be selfish. Be selfish. Where do you want to go?
Docks.
So yeah,
Sucks.
so you're making your way through town, and this is a sight to be seen. And people are kind of like, oh. And the militia kind of see this. They're kind of talking amongst themselves, and they're just watching you and not interfering at all. And then someone like a runner comes up as they're kind of getting, and they're like, oh, okay. And then they just back off and just kind of go to the knowledge of the fact that this group took out the Lich is starting to spread through Schmaltmarsh. And so they're giving you a wide berth of stuff. And you're making your way, and you find the favorite spot that Ren liked in the docks that you could see. There's an open spot where you can just sit and just have your legs and just kind of see a good spot of the sea and stuff like that.
Cool. I do a little tap with Gwyn to help put me down.
Taps her on the head.
This is nice.
Yeah. How's the weather like? Is it
It's a little hot, but not bad. It's a nice
so
night.
humid?
Not too humid, just a slight, but it's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's actually a nice night. And the sun has gone down, and the stars are starting to come out a little bit that you can see. It's hard with the major lights of the city to be able to see out, but you can see out towards the darkness of where the sea is, and there's a flicker of light here and there of a ship.
A ship, like a
Merchant ship that's out.
okay.
Up.
Okay. Pepper is gonna look at the rest of the group and say, well, we're here, and just kind of fan her arms out with the bottles in each hand.
Aviro immediately sits down on the dock.
I think Brynn would too.
So, yeah. And then Pepper just drinks a little bit more. Nothing to it, really. I think at this point we just say a couple nice things, pour some out to the water, and then just drink. To Ren.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Pepper puts both the bottles down on each side. And then she snaps her fingers, and then teal sparks come out of her hand, and then a lute comes in her hand. She casts summon instrument, and she starts to tune, but not really tune because it's always perfectly tuned because it's there.
Pepper.
It's Pepper.
Yep.
Perfectly tunes, you know, when you're kind of like tuning like a guitar, it goes like doo 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 doo. Until you're getting it right, yeah, essentially. And then she strums a few chords, and then goes no, and then she snaps her fingers again, and she summons a capo and puts it on one of the necks.
She summons a capo. That's awesome.
Puts it on the neck and then strums a little bit more and goes, okay. So a lot of you hear a difference in tone, where the tone is more like broad and like strong, but this one, as the capo gets slid onto a specific side of the neck, the tone is more like warm. More warm, lighter, a little bit more just soft in general.
That's awesome.
She plays a little bit of a tune, and then starts to say, Ren, you were one of my first friends here. I was lost, and then you can hear the twang go like a little comedic twang. Literally lost after my incident, and then the strings go back to like normal tone to the actual like tempo of the song. And she says, you gave me a place to stay where I had none, in a world I've never been before. And you've introduced me to a lot of new things I haven't experienced before, especially coming into this world alone. Accidentally. You've given me a place to stay, and even though some flowers you like, I don't like, I still appreciate and learned from your education with flora and fauna within this plane. And most importantly, you were able to open up your mind and sharing my delights in luxury, which I'm happy that you accepted as a gift, telling by your bathtub that I was able to soak in earlier. Pepper smiles, and then the smile immediately starts to crackle and fade into a little bit of a frown, and her lips start to quiver, and her eyes get a little red, and her tears starts to fall. The strumming of the instrument stops, and then she continues poorly, and then gets back into the rhythm and says, thank you for everything, and I'm more and more and more regretful that I wasn't able to find you and we can reconnect again. You were someone I very much considered dear to me in more ways than one. The song stops, and she grabs one of the bottles on the ground, and then she walks up to the edge of the dock, and she says, one for me. She takes a sip, and the rest for you. And she pours the bottle, tipping it completely upside down until everything goes into the water. And then she puts the bottle down, and then she looks down and just cries a little bit in silence. And then after a moment, she just looks over and says, okay, next.
I think Brynn would step up and she would stand right at the edge of the dock and she would just say, well, I didn't know you very well. But if Peppa's testimony was anything to examine, you were very kind and you were clearly a very good friend. And then I think at this point, Brynn would say an elven blessing that is like typically said at like a funeral. And it's, I don't know, does anybody else speak Elvish?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I should say
Yeah.
Aviro.
I would
Pepper
say
does too.
the elves and half elves kind of view death as just another step on the journey. So Brynn's blessing is very much the tone of may your road be smooth and may you ultimately reach whatever destination you are traveling towards. And she would take a sip and pretty much mimic Pepper. Would pour out a little bit and then step back.
Aviro would stand up and step forward and say, we never actually met.
Jesus Christ.
However, well, it's true, but you clearly meant a lot to some people who mean a lot to all of us.
Mm.
You therefore are absolutely deserved of a good sending. And he will echo the same thing that Brynn says, and then in common he translates, may the wind be ever at your back, especially if you're urinating outdoors. And then he says, one for me, drinks, and then the rest for you.
That is astounding.
And he goes and sits
Well
down.
done. Well done. Well done.
Temin steps up and he's going there. He got a pony keg to bring along because he's not that big. And
It looks like
Cinnamon
Brynn or Gwyn walking down, except he's got this little chain.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
Cinnamon was doing the whole like rolling barrel thing the whole way.
Aww.
That's adorable.
So Cinnamon kind of rolls the barrel up and he sets it up right by the edge of the dock. And says, I also didn't know Ren well, but I know about loss. I know about people that are close. And there's a gnomish, I don't know if it's really a prayer or a sending off, but anyway. Raise tankards high, ye brave and bold, for those whose tales are legends told. By sword and spell, by flame and frost, we drink tonight to those we've lost. Though they walk paths we cannot tread, in dreams, in song, they are not dead. So drink we now, and let sorrow sleep, because their memory is ours to keep. And he draws his sword and smashes it into the side of the pony keg and puts a tankard down to catch some of it before the rest of it drains in and knocks one back and
Bravo, Bill.
attempts
That
to give
was
Pepper a
excellent.
little
awesome.
hug, a little like
I mean, I'm small too, so
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
feel like
so
a
it is a
a
little
real hug. Yeah.
it's a little hug. It's a little guy's hug.
Little guy.
Pepper completely hugs Temin and whispers in his ear, like, that was very beautiful. Also, Pepper smells Temin. What does he smell like?
Bear?
Full
Bear?
on bear? Like,
Leather
Temin-
and bear.
Bear musk.
bear musk.
Temin smells like a mixture of the wilds, but there's an undertone of almost like decay and like that smoke of something that's been destroyed that feels very deep within his scent profile. Right? It's just there, but it's like always underneath it. But otherwise he's like bear and leather and the outdoors is what his scent is.
Got it. Cool.
Gwyn will. Oh, Jim.
No,
John.
go right ahead.
Okay.
I actually wanted Glastoc to go last.
You got it. So Gwyn will set the keg on the edge of the dock and take her sword and just sort of set it point down on top of it. And just take a deep breath. Brynn was family. We traveled together for a long time. We fought together across all of Galarian. We killed my parents together. We rescued orphans. And when the Whizbang started to drift apart, she stayed. Because we had a job to do. And then they came for us. And it was too many for the two of us to fight off. And she stayed to cover my retreat. Because I was faster. And now she's dead. I'll miss you, sister. She just stabs the sword down into the barrel and kicks it off into the bay.
With the sword?
No.
Okay.
Good clarification. Good clarification. Okay.
Good, yes, definitely.
Yes.
No.
Yep.
All right, so Glastoc steps up and he's holding his stein, not one of the bottles. And he starts to launch into a dwarven song, which you've never heard Glastoc sing before.
What does he sound like? Is he good?
Well, that's what we're going to find out in a second here.
Oh,
Carrie.
Like someone busting out Danny Boy.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so first he's going to cast guidance on himself.
Oh my God, yes.
And then his performance check is an 18 total.
Not bad. Not bad.
Okay. So, I can't take credit for these words, okay? But does anybody understand Dwarvish?
Nope.
I might. Hang on. Where are my...
This is actually this is supposed to be a happy song, but he's obviously, which you wouldn't know, but he's obviously singing it in a more somber tone. But here's the words, okay? And he's obviously doing this in Dwarvish. Raise your mugs, my brothers dear. The finest ale is flowing here. From mountain depths to tavern bright, we drink and sing throughout the night. With barrels full and spirits high, we toast to friends who never die. For in these halls the laughter is loud. Among the dwarves we stand so proud. Drink it up and drink it down. Let's empty every keg in town. With a clink and a cheer, we shout hurrah, for we are dwarves and this is our law. More ale, more mead, we'll drink it all. We'll dance and sing till morning's call. So grab your mug, let's drink it dry, for a dwarvish heart is never shy. And then he takes a big swig of his stein and then empties it into the water.
Oh. Like, I didn't know we were supposed to submit a poem.
Well, like I said, I can't take credit for that. But when this whole thing came down, I've been sitting here online trying to find like a dwarvish drinking
Did you
song.
chat GPT a dwarvish poem?
No, I
for a
actually found this
funeral?
on a website. It's called Raise Your Mugs, a dwarven drinking song.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
In
That's
the
so
tone
good.
of the legendary Shakira's whenever, wherever. In dwarvish.
So normally that's supposed to be like a happy song, so he's trying to make it sound as somber as possible, but none of
Is
you
it like the
understand
only
Dwarvish
song he
anyway.
knows?
Yeah, probably.
That's awesome.
Temin comes up and puts an arm around Glastoc and in Dwarvish says, your uncle would be pretty proud of you right now. I just want you to know that.
Figures Timon would understand.
Yeah.
Of course he does. He ran with your uncle for like 80
That was
years.
beautiful.
Yep.
That was beautiful.
And as the evening begins to set, does the group eventually make their way back to the Wicked Sheep to partake in some more late night drinking, eating, festivities, things of that nature? Or what does the group want to do?
I think Brynn is gonna go back and maybe order like some like mozzarella sticks or something and just go to bed.
Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
You want to get that foot long one that they're selling now.
Yeah, the
Fairs
one
and
with the cheese
stuff.
pull. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's all
100%.
cheese pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some
Just a
garlic
big old
knots while
block
you're
of
at
cheese.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What time is it, Jay?
I would probably say it's
Hangover
a good
food.
like 9-10. So
That's a very specific time.
9, 10, 11, sometime in that
It's
frame.
between 9 and 10.
He means 9 or 10.
Not
He doesn't
9,
mean
10.
9, 10.
I'm sorry. It's an endless, twisted mozzarella stick called the Moroboros, and they sell it as a specialty. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop myself.
That's awesome.
It's incredible. And yes, it is.
Oh my God, Bill.
Oh,
It's the
That's
mozzarella
amazing.
ring breaded in the most just like
Ah,
delicious fry. God damn it, I want one now.
my mouth is
I'm such a
literally
bad
watering.
person.
Yeah, Pepper will also like go back as well, and then just order another bottle and then some snacks, but bougie snacks.
Oh, yeah.
like
Of
figs,
course.
mhm.
caviar if they have it.
They'll bring it in. And strangely enough, Lido has
Oysters.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
that too.
Oh yeah.
Oysters Rockefeller.
Lido had prepped Lancus on, and so like he has, if he can't make it, there's another restaurant close by that's bringing in like food from them, like specialty. He's like, when you ask for something, it's like, it's not on the menu, but he's like, yeah, we'll get it for you. And then a little bit later, he's got like kid urchins are running to different restaurants getting these
That's
orders out,
awesome.
and they're coming in. So it's like, it is a celebration, the fact that your group took down the Lich. You are being, celebrated. You are having, and then there is also there's some bad stuff that were found out. So they're like giving you wide berth, and just like Lido's making sure that everyone is taken care of and having, as much party time or drinking and eating as whatever they want. And which is unusual. Like I said, it's not normally at this time, but you are just getting inundated. And occasionally you hear "Death to the Lich." You hear in the background that someone was like
Awesome.
that happy. So, and like I said, the a round of applause comes in. You hear "Lich killers are here."
Oh my god. Is this notoriety a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good question.
It's like summons a lot of attention, y'all.
And as the
Sure does.
evening, is there anything else that the group wants to do this evening?
Aviro eats more cake.
Okay.
Just crying,
But which
eating
cake?
his rum cake.
His cake.
Oh, not the rum one.
I mean, whichever one those has his name written on it.
That's a
Oh,
big
okay.
2-story, just regular.
There's an
Okay.
awful lot of cake there.
Yeah, there's a lot of cake. There's several cakes, several different stuff.
I'm gonna wait until after Brynn is gone, and then I'm gonna go over to Gwyn and say, "Look, tomorrow, when we are both of more sound mind, I feel like we have a common goal, and perhaps it would benefit us to combine forces to achieve said goal."
I think that would be a very good idea.
Pepper says, "Yeah," as she takes a bite out of her chocolate dip with coconut encrusted pineapple slice.
Oh my god! Obviously.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Treat yourself, Salt Marsh.
Incredible.
I think sometime in the night, if you'll allow, Pepper's gonna excuse herself, be like, "I'll go to the bathroom," and then just kind of go off.
Wait,
do
wait.
something.
Well,
Did you?
the last time you said I'm going to go to the restroom, you were kidnapped.
Well, it won't happen now. I have this bottle.
Gwyn, do you mind?
Wrong. And walked it towards the bathroom by herself.
What?
I
Did
just,
you want Brynn to come with me?
I wanted someone
Gwyn?
to go. I wanted someone to go with you because
Or
I'm worried.
both of them?
Whichever.
Okay. Just know I can handle myself.
I know.
Pepper just kind of walks over and just kind of like says, "I need an escort to the bathroom, apparently."
Says you need an escort.
And Aviro, or I can see Glastoc and Timon kind of laughing pointing at Aviro. He did.
Glastoc, I had no idea that Aviro was the reason that women went to the bathroom together. This is
Yeah, well.
fascinating.
Oh my god. It's canon. Not playing.
It's
Brynn
canon.
rolls her eyes and it's like, "Oh, come on."
Well, remember the last time I went?
Oh,
It's only because
honestly-
they wouldn't stop giving me crap
honestly,
about it forever.
honestly, that's fair.
And remember, Pepper's only wearing a bathrobe at this point.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Oh,
in
she's
a
just
safe
chilling.
space.
yeah, obviously.
I got magic. I don't need
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah.
You have a bottle.
I have a bottle.
I have a bottle.
I have a bottle. We're fine.
And that's a very special kind of magic.
It is.
That
Oh,
bottle
man.
will beat.
Yes. So I go. Who's going escort?
I'm
with
going
me?
with you.
Gwen will go with too.
Okay, cool. And
Ladies' night.
as
Oh, what a night.
we go to bathroom together, on the way over, Pepper's gonna loop her arms around, and the side difference is she will just kind of try to dangle walk. And then we all go in there together,
Mm-hmm.
and she stares at both of you and says, "There's a lot going on. There's so many emotions. I don't know how to handle and reprioritize everything, but I honestly was just gonna wrap a gift, okay? Like, it's not anything crazy." And then she
Oh,
just
a gift for
summons-
who?
I mean, I found out it was Aviro's birthday after everything.
What did you get him?
Not much.
I'm sure he will appreciate anything coming from you.
She uses magic and then summons a gingerbread cookie that is in the shape of a mistletoe, but the icing is kind of like pinkish on one side, and then kind of like, I guess has like a white chocolate with like some nuts on the top, like a pecan, like a chopped pecan on the side. So There's
Mhm.
that, and then she's just gonna make sure there's a bow on it. So she magically puts a bow on it and says, "This?
He's going to love that.
I don't know if that's his kind of flavor, but this?
I
Do
think
you think
if you
one is
made it,
generous? Maybe a stack of 3, because 3 is a good number. And then she
Three-
snaps her finger on the other side, ambidextrous, and then like 2 more cookies like pop underneath, but different. But the middle one is like a brownie cinnamon with orange peel, and the one below is kind of like a vanilla like coffee bean a little bit.
well, he will appreciate your attention to detail with regards to prime numbers.
Exactly.
And he will appreciate it because it came from you.
I think that is definitely the more important part. He likes you a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Do
still.
you not like him back?
It's not that, and there's just a lot of feelings.
For the record, this is exactly what happens in ladies' bathrooms. Very typically.
Yeah. Fuck him. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, no. Don't call him. Don't call him.
How dare he?
No,
Read my
don't
text.
call
Make
him.
sure it's right.
Not right now. No. I'm
Is
deleting it.
bitchy
I'm
enough?
deleting it.
Take this picture of me. Make it look hot. No, I'm just playing. No, it's not that I don't like him. There's just a lot of feelings with the whole dot pepper trickery, and
Oh.
it's just making me, I don't know, feel a little insecure, but not really, because I know obviously I'm better, but also at the same time, it hurts knowing that like he couldn't tell
Yes.
the difference, and he's one of the smartest magic users I know, and I thought he knew better, so the expectations were a little higher, and I shouldn't be expecting so much, but it is what it is. And then you see her kind of fidget a little bit. You see her fidget and just go like, I don't know. I just have a lot of feelings to sort through, and I need to take, and I did tell him this, I need to take my moment to just sort out my own feelings, because I gotta look out for me, and I don't know. There's just a lot going on all at the same time, and I also am thinking a lot about home recently because of everything, but
And now did Pepper like live in the library, or where is her home, or do we not know?
Pepper was from somewhere in the first world.
Oh, okay.
She stumbled into this plane.
This plane.
She got sucked. Yeah, she got brought into this, but the prime material world, by Saltmarsh.
Well, you can take whatever time you need, dear. But know that he's probably going to be waiting on the other side.
I don't know. And you see her kind of look like super confused, as if she's trying to solve like a really complicated like I don't know, astrophysics like problem. And she's just kind of like going, I really hate feelings because they're not easy. I can't solve it fast, and I shouldn't be. It's not logical, and I hate that. And she's just sounding more and more irritated.
And more and more like Aviro all the time. And I think that's what Brynn would say. It'd be like, you say that you don't like not knowing what's going to happen and not being able to just logic your way through it.
Yeah, but also there's more to it. It's other family things too. So I don't know.
Where is home for you, Peppa? I don't believe we've ever.
Probably somewhere in the first world, close to the Evergrove.
Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Would your family not approve of you dating? Aviro is an elf, a high elf.
Mm-hmm.
Would your family not approve of you dating a Nightfear?
I learned that is not a nice thing to say, Brynn.
I'm allowed to say it, and I flick my ear.
Well,
I flick my ear. Oh my god, Carrie.
Well, I don't know. There's just politics, a lot of politics, and a lot of things.
Are you already married?
What?
Like, did you have somebody back in the Feywild?
Sense motive. Sense motive. Sense motive immediately.
Oh.
I think it's perception.
Yep.
Perception.
I
Perception.
got a 34. Sorry, 33.
How should I do this?
Pepper
Jay?
betrothed?
Should I message Carrie
Yes.
off on the side, and then loop
No,
you in? Jay?
you know
How
what?
should I do this?
I would be okay with just sharing it live.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Does-
just
Does Bill know that we found out that Pepper is royalty?
I think y'all.
Oh
are,
yeah,
I
that
don't
was
think
that was a big
so.
shock that we found out.
First, the pretty
No one
princess.
has told Timon this at
Okay.
all.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned it, so
No.
Timon has
Yep.
no idea that Pepper
I will
is
say
There's a
royalty.
lot that's happened.
Okay. I will say Aviro has been like, oh, royalty and Logan, and just kind of like nodding off to it, but Pepper's just kind of like subtly ignoring a little bit of it. But now she's like, how many bottles in?
Oh yeah, several.
And she's just like, how can I fight against that in any way?
it would be deception. It would deception.
Remember, you have to beat a 33.
Yeah. Let me roll and see if I can do it. Okay. I mean, that's like it's pretty good. It's a plus 11.
For the record, I'm fine with Averill sharing with just me because I
Okay.
don't know if Brynn knows if there's a secret about to be revealed and Brynn knows, she wouldn't be like, oh my god, and blah and blab it. to everybody.
Yes.
Jay Averill wants to use her hero point.
Yes, by all freaking yeah.
No, that's okay. I'll just say something. It's fine. Yeah, okay, so a 27 is not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
But okay. Pepper says, well, I mean, there is a political tie, and I don't. Yeah, there's a political tie there. But it's just involving my family choosing things with like politics, but it's not
Things like who you would marry.
It's so marriage is a very interesting word. It seems like in the material plane here, you tie that with love sometimes, but in the other worlds, it can be related to maybe a little bit of a lot of things, a lot of like everything, maybe like part of the kingdom or something.
Was
but
your family
not-
going to gain land in result of you getting married?
Well, maybe more like
Money?
maybe more land and more riches. I mean, the Apple Blossom family is quite lucrative, and but like that's not the point. The point is this gift okay?
The gift is wonderful. Does your family know you're here?
I don't think so. I've been trying to come back. That's why I went to the library, remember? I've been trying to find a way back home.
Interesting. Fascinating.
But everyone's they're great.
Yeah. Well, Peppa, if you went back home, what would happen to you? Like, would they make you marry somebody?
You know, marriage is a very interesting word. Very unique. Well, okay, I'm not 100% sure. Honestly, I think they were just time is really weird where I'm from, so I don't know if if it's been like 100 years, like a lot. I just know that maybe I can come back and nothing has changed, but not right now. There has to be an agreement period and a bunch of parties, which I think you will really very much like. It lasts for 12 days. And there's 3 phases to each party. But, you know, we don't have to talk about this. Like, it's not even like anything important, really.
I imagine Pepper like reaches for the door and Brynn does that thing where like she puts her hand on the door and she's like, Pepper, if you need to stay here or need us to lie for you to your family.
No, none of that. They
You
are
need us to
very...
kill your fiance?
Nope. I don't have a fiance.
Okay, good. That's so good.
I have some draft documentation that the family has potentially written up that I have not signed or used my seal on, and it's but I don't need backup. It's more of like I just need to have a conversation with the Apple Blossom family.
Are they fairies like you?
I mean, there's different. Some are.
They're not fae, are they?
Some
Are they fae?
could be.
Is there a
Pepper,
difference?
what if you...
But it's not a big deal. Like,
Well,
like,
you know, all fairies are fae, but not all
Yeah.
fae are fairies.
but
It's one of
like,
those things.
Oh.
yeah, it's they're yeah, okay, fine, they're fae, but some of them are.
Pepper,
What?
you have a contract with a fae family? What if you go back and they don't let you leave?
No, I haven't signed my stamp. It's more of there's a lot of people that really maybe want to have a union to my family and kingdom, and I don't know which of them are going to be better than the other, and there's a lot of debates with the there's just a lot, okay? There's just we don't have to. Why are we talking about this? It's not even like I didn't even what? But man, the 3 phases of these cookies are gonna have quite an experience.
Just like the 3 phases of the 12 days you just mentioned.
You're right. The 3 phases of the party, which is the best part.
Yes.
But you know, there's not one. There's just more. But that's not a part. There's just some. It's not a big deal.
There's more than one suitor after you.
Of course there's more than one suitor
I mean,
after her.
I wouldn't say the word suitor. I think the great word.
I grab Pepper by her tiny, tiny shoulders and I say, Pepper,
What?
speak plainly, for the sake of your safety and for Aviro. What if
Why?
they come and they kill Aviro? What if they take the Gwyn route and get him out of the way?
That. They would never leave because there's a specific reason why they can't. So they just can't. Okay? They just can't.
All right. Well,
okay, so it sounds like we've been here for a very long time. I think
I'm sure Aviro's thinking you were kidnapped again. We should.
I think when we
go.
leave here, we could just say that I took a big dump and I needed help, or something, and I was gonna fall into the thingamajigger.
I refuse to go along with this plan because I will not have it implied that I helped you after you took a dump.
Why? That's what best friends do, right? And then I bat my eyelashes and kind of look super endearing.
We're just going to say that we, redid our makeup or something. Let's go.
I didn't.
So, question, Jay.
Yes.
Is there any chance that we could hear Brynn and her exclamations when she's
There's more than one.
Consider a perception
because
check.
she's drunk.
Yes, and it is
she
loud.
doesn't realize how
I would
loud
say
she's
And,
going.
and the bathroom is just down the hall from where you're at. I will say yes. It'll be a high DC, but you give me a perception check.
She was right by the door
31.
too.
I was. Oh yeah.
31.
28.
Timon?
You're muted, Bill.
24. I rolled very
Yeah.
poorly.
Aviro is the only one that can hear because the DC was
Perfect.
30.
I wanted Aviro to be the one that heard them.
That's awesome.
The DC was 30 because I will give, because of 28, you do know Brynn is being loud,
Well, yeah, that's.
but you couldn't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
what she was saying. Aviro hears everything, almost everything that,
That Brynn
Amazing.
says
yes, Brynn says.
when she gets loud. Okay.
Yep.
They're talking about multiples of something. I
Did
don't.
she say that she had to go to number 2? Is it a 2?
You did hear her
suppose-
say. I will say you did hear Pepper
The
say,
word
"I'm
dump.
just taking a shit" or something. Like,
Yep.
I suppose that's possible. I don't understand, ladies.
Well,
Join the
that's
club.
very obvious, Aviro. It's. I mean,
Do
I've
you
seen. Oh, yeah. Come,
really? Do you have any?
yeah. You know, I mean, it's not like I've spent my entire. Well, okay, I've spent basically my entire life in the swamp, but I get into town
With a
every
bear.
now and then. I have some. I've worked up some. I've worked up what I would say is some game. I've got lines. I've got more lines than a contract.
oh,
To put
I was
it
gonna
in a
think, I was
term
thinking
that you would
something completely
understand.
different.
And I bet you they would work real good.
What would work real good?
Just things that you say to ladies that they like and stuff.
Ah, are you currently seeing anyone?
No.
What?
I have been slightly focused on, you know, killing a dragon and stuff.
When
He's
when
been
when was the last?
indisposed.
When was your last relationship? How long ago?
Relationship is a tricky word. It's but I've had a little bit. Okay, it was in my village before it burned down.
So he's taking
But
notes.
I bet you I would be really really good at it.
So all of your empirical evidence is out of date and has not been peer reviewed, is what I'm getting.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
You've not had game in quite a while.
No. No, but I was told very recently that I'm a nice person and that I'm a funny guy. So I'll bet you that it'd be just perfect.
Yes, I suppose. Glastoc, we don't know anything about your romantic history. Have you ever been involved with anyone?
Glastoc just takes a drink and he looks down the hallway. Gee, I wonder when they're coming back. And he says it really loud.
I imagine like that lines up with, yeah, we better go. They probably think you got kidnapped again.
So Pepper just kind of holds them and says, "Look, like, let's just keep it down, all right? I don't really like talking about this side of, well, really myself.
Yeah, of course.
Except what I've built here, because I don't know if I'm ever able to go back, even though I would like to at some point. And I'm not, honestly, I'm not upset. I'm not running away per se at all. It's just, there's just a lot of things I need to think about, and it's just beyond my relationships here. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah.
We won't say anything.
I know, it's just so difficult being so desired.
I can't imagine. Anyway, part of the reason we won't say anything is because we don't know anything. Tight-lipped.
Exactly. There's nothing to be said. It's just I'm excited for 12 parties in the 3 different phases. And there's a group of people who would like to really partake in that party and be by my side for that extra attention.
Obviously.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
And what does it look like as the ladies come out of the bathroom? Pepper's carrying a present. How is
I'm
that?
hiding the present.
Okay.
I'm hiding it. I'm like pocket
So
dimension
hiding
kind
it.
of situation.
Yep.
What does that quick scene look like?
I yell, I took a fat dump. Thank you for helping me, Gwyn and Brynn.
Gwyn's
And
just
then-
going to look very confused.
It's like I'm
Aviro-
announcing it to the entire establishment.
Good. Oh, good.
Aviro leans over to Glastoc and says, "She really doesn't have a filter when she's intoxicated."
Zero.
No, 0. I thought Brynn was bad, but Pepper is way worse.
That's how it looks like. And then Pepper just kind of clocks where Aviro's located. Did he move at all?
No, he's sitting and he's got his journal open and he's writing in his journal.
But the bench next to him is open.
It sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fine. Pepper will.
Perfect.
Pepper will take a deep breath and then exhale pretty deep, as if she's kind of thinking about the Enya inhale, exhale, breathing exercise. And just kind of, and then
Sail away, sail away.
pretty much sail away. Yeah. And then just kind of walks over and leans and sees and kind of takes a look at what Aviro is writing and says, "You know, you have excellent penmanship."
As soon as he realizes you are there, he slams his notebook shut and quickly puts it away. Did you see anything?
I don't know, did I?
I don't know, Jay. Does she need to make a perception check?
That's a great question.
I don't need to make it. I'm just gonna say I don't know, did I?
You know, you saw 2 words, yeah.
Oh no, I think if she saw something, she'd. Hey, Averill,
Yes.
roll me a D8.
A D8?
Oh.
I was gonna plant.
Something we talked about.
No, I was gonna plant this in front of Carrie, but the opportunity is here. So it's
Okay.
you.
D8. Ooh, 6.
6. Okay. Oh God.
So ready.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Is that a good oh no or a
I'm
bad
gonna send you what you see.
All right.
Secret
So you
message.
see what looks like a poem. Maybe it's song lyrics.
Oh, that's a lot. Are you sure that I saw all of these?
No, you didn't see all of it. You
words?
just saw a part of it. Just a smidgen of it.
Okay. Well.
All right, then here.
But you're going to have research and you're going to realize what it is afterwards.
All good in the hood, because yes, all right things.
He seems very flushed and very upset, and he's clearly hiding anything, and he's really hoping you didn't see anything. Hi.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see anything.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And I'm
But
just
I can
gonna-
still put this in front of Carrie sometime.
I would love to see it. Oh yes. Oh yes.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see nothing. And then I'll just kind of go in and sit beside you and just say, "Hey, and I just kind of look around and see who's staring at me.
Everybody.
Okay.
Oh
You
yeah.
want some cake? Here, have some cake.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I kind of just look around and just go, I have a gift. And then I just pocket dimension it into my hand and just put it on top
the
of the
presentation alone.
Wow. For
Yeah.
me?
table. Yes, it's
He
it's 3 cookies. of different flavors. One is vanilla bean, and the other is cinnamon brownie orange peel, and yeah, the other was guava icing with
Which
white
one is the
chocolate
cinnamon brown?
icing
Is
on.
this one the cinnamon
The one in the
brownie?
middle? The one
One
in
in
the
the
middle.
middle. And he, out of his bag of holding, you see him pull what looks like a to-go container, like a takeout container.
Okay.
And he opens it up, and inside there is a brownie. And the smell that comes out is
Is it the same brownie I put in the room that one
no,
time? Okay.
no. That brownie's long gone. No, this brownie, the box. Jay, what's the name of the cafe that we got from Gwyn?
Sandpoint Savories.
Sandpoint
Oh, that's
Savories.
a
No,
great.
no.
So
No, the
her-
Nikosu Cafe.
Yeah, the Nikosu
Oh,
Cafe.
Nikosu,
Yeah.
Nikosu Cafe, yes.
So it says
The-
Nikosu
the-
Cafe
the
on it,
restaurant
and there's a
from
brownie
Beyond.
inside.
Yeah.
And it is like amongst, I won't say it's the, but I'll say it's amongst the most wonderful, magical smelling brownies you've ever smelled.
Yes.
And so he takes out the chocolate cinnamon orange peel one and he puts it in there with it, and he just gets a big old whiff. Smell,
I smell.
and he puts it away.
Wow, that's
And then
delightful.
he takes the vanilla bean one and he starts to eat. Oh, it's very crisp and refreshing. The vanilla is very forward. Oh my, is there a second phase to this cookie?
There is a second phase, and if you catch it just a
Coffee?
little bit, yeah, it goes into coffee, and then also you can kind of get a third phase. I'm really going for the 3 phases here.
Oh, I've only got 2 phases so far. When does the
Oh,
third one hit?
Just
Oh,
wait, just wait.
okay, all right. I'm very excited. It'll hit me later.
Brynn is
Oh, did you
sitting
time this
exactly
out?
like
Oh,
this,
this
is
watching them, just like.
And then it gets like a little like subtle hint of like time.
Time? Because timey-wimey? Oh,
Obviously.
Pepper, and he tears up a little.
Oh no.
This is
It's just like it's not much. It's just a cookie.
This is one of the most wonderful, thoughtful gifts anyone's ever given me. And he wraps you in a big hug.
I hug
But
back.
it's a short one, and
Yeah.
he
I hug back, but like appropriately, and
Yeah.
then just let go.
you can tell he worries about doing too much. So well, thank you. I'm thank you. I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
No,
This is
I'm
this
surprised.
is a hell of a
Yeah.
birthday.
I'm happy that you enjoy it, and I know it was a weird day in general, but I'm surprised the other friends of ours didn't provide you a gift.
Well, I don't think anyone knew.
Oh,
I didn't
why?
know.
I didn't really tell anyone. A lot was going on, and well, I was preoccupied, and it's just the day in which I officially become an adult. It's not a big deal.
I got you the cake, if it makes you feel better.
Oh, thank you, Brynn. It was delicious.
You're
I've
welcome.
got to go find the presents.
You know, Gwyn.
Stands
no,
up and
Gwyn,
just heads for the
Gwyn,
door.
I
really,
gotta go
no,
find
Gwyn,
the-
you're fine. It's fine, Gwyn. It's really okay.
Oh,
It's
she's
really
gone.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
No, she's-
I'm going to get a carcass of something, aren't I?
Yes.
Probably.
Wow.
Glastoc, do you want to eat my carcass? Temin, wake up. Temin,
Hmm.
Temin, wake up, Temin.
Dad, no, I'm here. Look, I'm a unicorn.
Temin, go to sleep. Temin, go on up to sleep, Temin. It's
All
fine.
right.
Glastoc will
It's
take
all right.
Tevin upstairs to make sure he gets up there okay.
And the evening starts to wind down as Gwen goes out and hunts something to bring back and may or may not wake Aviro up in the middle of the night by giving it to him. Brynn goes back to her room to enjoy a relaxing hangover.
Not yet.
Not yet. Pepper goes back to her rooms.
Ooh, I have a ritual.
Yes.
To mitigate any sort of hangover of any sort, I will take a really, really hot soak and just eat spicy food. So I'll sweat everything out and everything will leave my body.
There you go.
Aviro will say, don't forget to drink your green machine concoction in the morning.
Ah, yes, I have that. I'm surprised you remember.
How could I forget? It was wonderful.
I'm glad. It was an old recipe.
I enjoyed it tremendously.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday to you as well.
Yes. The middle of the week.
You'd think it was a weekend with the way we've been carrying on, but well.
Yeah, it's been a few months. Well, have a good evening.
You as well. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Oh
That's a
God, I
joke. I
hope.
don't believe there's a
Oh,
bed bugs.
okay, great. I will not singe my bed.
Don't torture. Lido's being charged enough.
Oh yes. Well, thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Just kind of. Whoop.
Amazing.
And you see, Aviro watches Pepper go. And he pulls his journal back out, but he doesn't open it yet. He waits for you to go up the stairs.
Wait till she's all the way upstairs.
Amazing.
And then
Right,
he'll
right,
open his journal
right.
back up.
Yes. Yes.
And he will remain down there until they make him go upstairs.
All right.
Awesome.
Eventually, the evening goes quiet. Everyone gets sleep eventually. And the next, possibly. And then the camera starts to fade out as the morning sun comes up. And the group will decide if they're ready to meet with the next stage, the wizard, for their next mission, and who is coming with them, if anyone. And that is where we're going to end this wonderful,
Oh my
highly
gosh.
emotional,
Yay.
long episode of Thank You So Much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I'm been in tears. I've been laughing, watching all this, sitting back as the evil, wonderful GM that I am. I am in awe of my wonderful players at this table. Thank you so much. This was you all are just awesome. Thank you. If we're gonna do a very, very quick run around, if there's anything you want to plug, things of that nature, please do. And we are gonna start off with Ryan. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything. Anything you've got?
Nothing to plug, but thank you, Jay. This has been a wonderful time.
Thank you so much. Bill.
Hey, thank you, everybody. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch and Blue Sky at Bill Freaking Roper. As a tiny bit of cross promotion, you can find me every week, pretty much, right here on Twitch. Wednesdays at 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern, playing in Few and Far Between, which is our excellent escapade across Exandria. Over on the Severed Studios network, I play Orga Skullcrusher, a half-orc, half-drow, frontline multi-class fighter, because it's just too much stuff to remember anymore exactly what he is, who is 17 years old and makes a lot of earnest-intentioned bad decisions that you would expect of someone of that age.
Incredible.
So it's a great time to join us. We just hit level 14. Things are popping off. It's super fun. But most importantly, and not ill-intentionally, but very earnestly intentioned, it is always a delight to be invited to be at this table with these people. I was talking with Jay earlier this week that I started out as a fan of this show, watching Glastoc and meeting Jim and Brynn and Carrie and Aviro and Jeff, and like seeing the characters first and then the people afterwards. And I've been lucky enough to not just be a fan, but to get to play with these people at the Emporium and to build some actual friendships along the way. So I'm really grateful for that. And I just want to thank you all again for letting me be a small part of this amazing space.
Thank you, Bill, so much.
We love having you here, Bill.
Yep. Aviro, thank you for being here so much. Thank you for all your wonderful time on this. Anything you'd like to share?
Yeah. Hi. First and foremost, echoing the same sentiments as Bill. It's always awesome to be here and play with y'all. I can't believe it's been so long already. Oh my goodness, what happened?
For sure.
But I know, right? But very much is happy. Got to play with some friends on a beautiful day. you can find me at Fun Size Aviro altogether in Instagram and whatever socials. But yeah, if you like cocktails, you like video games, you can find me. If you like my vibes, yeah, feel free to follow me and check it out. I do have something to plug. Omega Horizon, friend Dan at Paleo Gaming, Omega Horizon. If you're curious about, if you like sci-fi, feel free to check it out. You can see my character here. I am right there. I play an engineer. I also was part of their Kickstarter launch as well. And if you really want to see how it's played out, you can watch me play Celica Riggs online as well. So if you're curious how to play, there it is. You can see me play a completely different character that's opposite Pepper, but still April vibes there. But yeah, thank you again for letting me be here and playing with you all. It's been amazing. That's me.
Yes, that is, enjoy that so much. Thank you so much. And for those, we just plugged it up for the Paleo Gaming. I also have a character in there that I was one of the playtesters in. So
I saw your name.
Blue Artemis. So the information broker. It was a creation that I did that he's in there. So definitely check that out and all that, Dan. So thank you so much, Pep. Aviro. I can talk.
I know. I'm crossbreeding.
Crossbreeding.
It's crazy.
Jim, thank you again, sir. Anything to share?
Nope. No, actually, if you are planning to go to the Southern California Ren Festival, the next I think it's 5 more weeks it's running, middle of May, go by the Talon and Claw booth.
I'm going on Saturday.
Oh,
Yay!
well, go by the Talon and Claw booth and
I'm going.
Yeah, ask for Anthony. He's the owner of the company, and tell him I sent you.
I'm gonna take pictures.
Yes, take
awesome.
pictures.
Thank you, Jim. Jeff, thank you for being here. Do you have anything to share?
Just that this was super awesome. Thank you, Averill and Bill and Ryan. So good. You like all three of you, like grand slam. So good. So good. So good. I'm gonna shout out to our affiliates, Talon and Claw and Smuggler's Coffee.
Excellent. Thank you. And Carrie, thank you again for so much sharing of the emotion. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Great tonight.
Thank you.
Anything you'd like to share?
Just echoing my wonderful castmates, thanks to our amazing guests here, Ryan, Bill, and Averill. You guys are so fun. Like, I always get like a little extra, like, not that Jeff and Jim are not amazing in and of themselves, but whenever we got one of you guys on here, I get a little extra like, ooh, yay. I'm Carrie. You can find me on Monday nights over on Mini Terrain Domain. We play also Pathfinder 2e over there. 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. We play on Thursday nights, Kids on Bikes, and Wednesday nights,
which is a great stream.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I love watching that stream.
It's a fun time, and we love seeing you in the chat. Yeah, it's a great time. So come over and see me there, or obviously select Wednesdays. You can find me here. This is amazing.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am Jay, also known as UFO3 on most of the socials. Thank you for being here tonight. We will be back in 2 weeks for our next session, and we're going to figure out what the group wants to do, where we're going to go, and
who we're going to kill.
Who you're going to kill. There's there's a Gwen might get her chance. I'm just saying, in coming in the future, Gwen will probably have her chance. So there might be something in the works. Who knows? But again, thank you everyone for being here. Appreciate you watching our stories. And we're going to end it with be kind and don't be a jerk. And take care. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.